The mind being influenced by habit energy, there rises a something resembling real existence. As the ignorant do not understand, it is said that there is the birth of realities. 214. As long as external objects one are discriminated as possessing individual marks, the mind is confused too, being unable to see its own delusion. 215. Why is birth spoken of? Why is not the perceived world spoken of? When the perceived world, which has no existence, is yet perceived as existing, what is that which is spoken of? To whom is it? And why? 216. The Citta in its essence is thoroughly pure, the manas is defiled, and the manas is with the Vijnanas, habit energy is always casting out its seeds. 217. The Alaya is released from the body, the manas solicits the various paths of existence. The Vijnana is deluded with something resembling an objective world, and perceiving it is befooled. 3. 218. What is seen is one's own mind, an objective world exists not. When one thus perceives that existence is an error, for one even gets into suchness. 219. The spiritual realm attained by dhyana devotees, karma, and the exalted state of the Buddhas. These three are beyond thought, they belong to the Vijnana 5 realm that surpasses thought. 220. The past and the future, nirvana, a personal ego, space 6, words. Of these I talk because of worldly convention, but ultimate reality is beyond the letter. 221. The two vehicles 7 and the philosophers are one in their dependence on wrong views. They are confused in regard to mind only, and imagine an external existence. 222. The enlightenment attained by the Pratyeka Buddhas, Buddhahood, Arhatship, and the seeing of the Buddhas. These are the secret seeds that grow in enlightenment. But it is accomplished in a dream. 223. Maya, Citta, intelligence 1 tranquility, the dualism of being and non-being. Where are these teachings? For whom? Whence? Wherefore? And of what signification? Pray tell me. 224. I teach such things as Maya, being and non-being, etc. to those who are confused in the teaching of mind only. When birth and death are linked together as one, qualified and qualifying are removed. 225. Another name for manas is discrimination, and it goes along with the 5 Vijnanas. Mind seeds take their rise in the way images appear in a mirror or waves roll on the ocean waters. 226. When the Citta, manas, Vijnana cease to rise, then there is the attainment of the will body and of the Buddha stage. 227. Causation, the ditthas, skandhas, and the self-nature of all things, thought construction, a personal soul, and mind. They are all like a dream, like a hairnet. 228. Seeing the world as like Maya and a dream, one abides with the truth. The truth, indeed, is free from individual marks, removed from speculative reasoning. 229. The inner realization attained by the wise always abides in a state of no memory too. It leads the world to the truth as it is not confused with speculative reasoning. 230. When all false speculation subsides, error no more rises. As long as there is discriminative knowledge, error keeps on rising. 231. The world is empty and has no self-nature. To talk of permanency and impermanency is the view maintained by followers of birth and not by those of no birth. 232. They. Philosophers imagine the world to be of oneness and otherness. Of bothness and not bothness, and to have risen from Isvara, or spontaneously, or from time, or from a supreme spirit, or other causal agency. 233. The Vijnana, which is the seed of transmigration, is not evolved when this visible world is truly recognized. Like a picture on a wall, it disappears when its nature is recognized. 234. Like figures in Maya, people are born and die. In the same way the ignorant because of their stupidity imagine there really is bondage and release. 235. The duality of the world, inner and outer, and things subject to causation. By distinctly understanding what they are, one is established in imagelessness. 236. The mind is not separate from habit energy, nor is it together with it. Though enveloped with habit energy, the mind itself remains undifferentiated. 237. Habit energy born of the Manovijnana is like dirt wherewith the Citta, which is a perfectly white garment, is enveloped and fails to display itself. 238. As space is neither existent nor non-existent, so is the Alaya in the body, I say. It is devoid of existence as well as of non-existence. 239. When the Manovijnana is turned over, the Citta frees itself from turbidity. By understanding the nature of all things, the mind becomes Buddha, I say. 240. Removed from the triple continuity, devoid of being and non-being, released from the four propositions, all things are always like Maya. 241. The first 7 stages are mind-born and belong to the 2 svabhavas. The remaining 2 stages and the Buddha stage are the nishpanna. 242. The world of form, of no form, and the world of desire, and nirvana are in this body. All is told to belong to the realm of mind. 243. As long as there is something attained, there is so much error rising. When the mind itself is thoroughly understood, error neither rises nor ceases. 244. 245. 246. 2 things are established by me. Individual objects and realization. There are 4 principles which constitute the dogmas of logic. 247. The error or the world is discriminated when it is seen as characterized with varieties of forms and figures. When names and forms are removed, self-nature becomes pure, which is the realm of the wise. 248. As long as discrimination is carried on, the parikalpita continues to take place. But as what is imagined by discrimination has no reality, self-nature is truly understood in the realm of the wise. 249. The mind emancipated is truth constant and everlasting. The essence making up the self-nature of things and suchness is devoid of discrimination. 250. There is reality. It is not to be qualified as pure, nor is it to be said defiled. Since a mind purified leaves traces of defilement, but reality is the truth that is absolutely pure, belonging to the realm of the wise. 251. The world is born of causation. When it is regarded as removed from discrimination and as resembling Maya, a dream, etc., one is emancipated. 252. Varieties of habit energy growing out of error are united with the mind. They are perceived by the ignorant as objects externally existing. And the essence of mind is not perceived. 253. The essence of mind is pure, but not the mind that is born of error. Error rises from error, therefore mind is not perceived. 254. Delusion itself is no more than truth. Truth is neither in samskara nor anywhere else, but it is where samskara is observed in its proper bearings. 255. When the samskrita is seen as devoid of qualified and qualifying, all predicates are discarded and thus the world is seen as of mind itself. 256. When the yogin enters upon mind only 7, he will cease discriminating an external world. Establishing himself where suchness has its asylum, he will pass on to mind only. 257. By passing on to mind only, he passes on to the state of imagelessness. When he establishes himself in the state of imagelessness, he sees not even the Mahayana. 1. 258. The state of non-striving is quiescent and thoroughly purified with the original vows. The most excellent knowledge of egolessness sees no duality in the world because of imagelessness. 259. Let him review the realm of mind, let him review the realm of knowledge, let him review the realm, with transcendental knowledge, and he will not be confounded with individual signs. 260. Pain belongs to mind, accumulation is the realm of knowledge. The remaining two truths 2 and the Buddha stage are where transcendental knowledge functions. 261. The attainment of the fruits, nirvana, and the Eightfold Path. When all these truths are thus understood, there is Buddha knowledge thoroughly purified. 262. The I, form, light, space, and attention, out of this combination there is the birth of consciousness in people. Consciousness is indeed born of the Alaya. 263. There is nothing grasped, nor grasping, nor one who grasps. There are no names, no objects. Those who carry on their groundless discriminative way of thinking lack intelligence. 264. Name is not born of meaning, nor is meaning born of name. Whether things are born of cause or of no cause, such is discrimination. Have no discrimination. 265. 266. Imagining himself to be standing on a truth, he discourses on thought construction. Oneness is not attained in 5 ways, and thus the truth is abandoned. 1. 267. Delusion is the evil one who is to be broken down. Being and non-being is to be transcended. As one sees into the truth of egolessness, he has no longing for, no evil thought of, the world. 268. The philosophers imagine a permanently existing creator engaged in mere verbalism. Highest truth is beyond words, the Dharma is seen when cessation takes place. 269. Leanig on the Alaya for support the manas is evolved. Depending on the Citta and manas the Vijnana-system is evolved. 270. What is established by a proposition is a proposition. Suchness is the essence of mind. When this is clearly perceived, the yogin attains the knowledge of mind only. 271. Let one not think of the manas, individual signs, and reality from the point of view of permanency and impermanency. Nor let him think in his meditation of birth and no birth. 272. They do not discriminate duality. The Vijnana arises from Alaya. The oneness of meaning thus taking place is not to be known by a dually operating mind. 273. There is neither a speaker nor speaking nor emptiness, since the mind is seen. But when the mind is not seen there rises a net of philosophical doctrines. 274. There is no rising of the causation chain, nor are there any sense organs. No dadas, no skandhas, no greed, no samskrita. 275. There is no primarily working fire. No working done, no effects produced, no final limit, no power, no deliverance, no bondage. 276. There is no state of being to be called neutral or inexplicable. There is no duality of dharma and adharma. There is no time, no nirvana, no dharma essence. 277. And there are no Buddhas, no truths, no fruition, no causal agents, no perversion, no nirvana, no passing away, no birth. 278. And then there are no 12 elements, and no duality either, of limit and no limit. Because of the cessation of all the notions that are cherished by the philosophers I declare there is mind only. 279. The passions, path of karma, the body, creators, fruitions. They are like a fata morgana and a dream. They are like a city of the Gandharvas. 280. By maintaining the mind only, the idea of reality is removed. By establishing the mind only permanency and annihilation are seen in their proper relationship. 281. There are no skandhas in nirvana, nor is there an ego soul, nor any individual signs. By entering into the mind only, one escapes from becoming attached to emancipation. 282. It is error that causes the world to be externally perceived as it is manifested to people. Mind is not born of the visible world. Therefore, mind is not visible. 283. It is the habit energy of people that brings out into view something resembling body, property, and abode. Mind is neither a being nor a non-being, it does not reveal itself because of habit energy. 284. Dirt is revealed within purity, but purity itself is not soiled. As when the sky is veiled with clouds, mind is invisible when defiled with error. 285. 286. 287. 288. 289. 290. Mind is not born of the elements, mind is nowhere to be seen, it is the habit energy of people that brings out into view body, property, and abode.